Hi, I'm Reem, and today I'll be presenting to you about our work around food aid technology with the Syrian refugee community in Lebanon. 34% of Syrian refugees in Lebanon are moderately to severely food insecure. In response, the World Food Programme has deployed the E-voucher system to address refugee food insecurity. In this system, they give refugees a debit card, which is loaded with money, around $30 per household, that they can then use only in selected shops that are registered in the current system, and to only buy food. In the shop owner uses a barcode reader, a computer, and a card machine to verify the identity of the refugee and process the transaction. Humanitarian scholars have expressed skepticism regarding these technologies, as they may reproduce existing power asymmetries or create new ones. In this study, we wanted to understand how digital food technology is experienced on an individual and community level, and how technologies may support collaborative practices for improving food security. In this paper, we present findings that are related to the E-voucher systems and how it interplays with the refugee collaborative practices. Research was conducted in two main phases. We used dialogue cards to co-construct shared narratives within the community of how they cope with food insecurity and to understand how technologies may support them in doing so. We then used the data to develop vignettes and interview guides that were also used with shop owners to further flesh out the potential of the technological designs proposed and understand how they would interplay with the e-voucher system. We found that due to participants not having had a debit card before, they found themselves reliant on intermediaries to process the transactions, and that led to negative experiences in which intermediaries siphoned aid from their accounts. We found that the e-voucher system being restricted to only one shop in their vicinity and the lack of safe, affordable transportation left refugee participants dependent on one shop owner, despite his higher prices. Additionally, in order to work around the e-voucher system and its restrictions to only purchase food products, refugees were engaging in gray area transactions with shop owners that would allow them to purchase non-food items, all the while scanning in food. In the transaction, the shop owner would then increase his prices for non-food items, and the refugees felt that they could not negotiate with him regarding his prices. We also found that the community engages in collaborative practices, one of which is collective purchasing, that they wanted to further leverage. For example, if an item is too expensive, they would collectively pay for it and split it like a box of tomatoes. They would also share transportation when they can, but this is all reliant on cash being available. Participants explored how further leveraging their collective purchasing would enable them to save money, and how they can ask for purchases to be delivered to the settlement, thus reducing transportation costs and enabling them to access e-voucher shops with more competitive prices in their towns. Additionally, they discussed how if someone has cash available to them, then they can buy non-food items for those that would usually engage in gray area transactions and be repaid with food items of the equivalent cost. This would remove their dependency on shop owners that hike up their prices when engaging in these transactions. However, refugee participants and shop owners reported that it would only work for people paying with cash, because when using the e-voucher system, refugees need to go in person to the shop so that their identity can be verified. Additionally, a shop owner highlighted that he has been advised by the World Food Programme not to sell in big quantities to one refugee, because that refugee can be buying in bulk, benefiting from lower prices, and then selling them to others. So we found that this technology introduces new vulnerabilities that are related to identifying trusted intermediaries, but also it shifts responsibilities where now refugees are accessing aid from a new gatekeeper, which is the shop owner. So we need to increase digital literacy to identify misuse of humanitarian aid technologies and integrate lines of reporting and accountability, and also design technologies to support new stakeholders in the system, such as shop owners, in upholding humanitarian principles. And while leveraging collective purchasing would counter the power asymmetries and information asymmetries that we found, one of the key things is that the E-voucher system does not enable it. And so we need to re-envision how these humanitarian technologies support collaborative practices. And to do so, we propose designing humanitarian technologies through the lens of everyday security, where we not only consider how to protect how aid is used, but also affix the values that underpin refugee collaborative practices within these humanitarian technologies. Thank you very much.